So the video is being recorded, so I would extremely appreciate a nice silent class, right? So detailing of a concrete slab. Essentially, the data that will be provided to you would be a 6-inch thick slab with negative rebars number 4 at 6 inch, in say panel 1 and 2, both directions, positive or bottom bar in panel 1 and 2 to be number 3 at 12 inches in short span, and number 3 at 8 inches in long span. This is what I'm doing, is putting the question that will come to you in exam like this, or a little twisted, but then you'll have to figure the things out, and then you have to make a drawing for me for the slab. Once you're going to make a drawing for me for the slab, obviously and essentially you will be able to read the drawing as well. So it's going to be, you're going to open the door, and the door is the way it swings both ways. Long span. In panel 3, the rebar negative, again negative or top, is number 5 at 3 inches. If this is given, don't be confused. C/C. This means center to center. Okay. In longer span, and number 5 at 9 inches in shorter span. The positive steel in panel 3 to be number say 4 at 6 inches BW. What would that mean? No, in detailing it's called both ways. Both ways. Okay, so if we look at these panels now, what they should look like. So the question probably will come to you like this: a plan of essentially a home. So I would say this is say 12 feet, this will be 14 feet, this can be 18, and this can be 21 or 20, let's say call it 20. Okay. This I would say is panel 1, panel 2 and panel 3, right? Now I have to go back to the question. Obviously, when you cut a section, I can also give you cut a section, right? We'll do that in a while as well. So what actually happens here is, you need to know that dotted line क्या होती है? Detailing या drawing के perspective से क्या होती है? Let's say it's a block. No, you need, and there is earth fill here. ठीक है, ये जमीन का एक सेक्शन है, मैं वैसे आपको बता रहा हूं. And if it's in a plane, and if I ask you to cut a section here, and it's looking downwards, ये basic detailing है. You need to understand these rules. किसी ने पढ़ाई नहीं है? अब नीचे जो है ये earth fill नजर आ रही है? नहीं नजर आ रही, because you have a section plane and you're looking downwards. What is this? This is above section plane. So anything above your section plane will be denoted always in a dotted line. So if I'm going to show this section कि जी नीचे जो है, let's say it's solid rock या another hatch, And if I have to show this above, let's say कि एक पतली सी लाइन जा रही है, तो it will be a dotted line, or it could be a dotted hatch even. This is to show it's above my section. So when you show the bottom steel जो है in a solid line, this means that you've cut a section at the level of that slab, and the top steel जो slab में ऊपर है, it is above my section. समझ आई या नहीं? Do you want me to explain again? G. So if this is the slab, let's say this is 6 inches, right? And this is the slab, this is going like this. And you have rebar here. Okay? You have rebar here. And then you have above rebar जो है वो ये negative steel यहाँ पे है. You're cutting a section where? You're cutting a section here. ये जो steel का जो ऊपर जो drawing का plan है, that's the section here. And you're looking downwards. So this you see solid line. This you see a dotted line. That's the basic. That's nothing to do with engineering. That's the basic detailing and drafting concept. Anything above your section and you want to show it will be in dotted line. Similarly, अगर आप architectural section काटते हैं and you need to show a gate behind you or a door behind you, so उसमें आप dotted जो show करेंगे वो आपका it's going to be behind you. समझ आ गई बात की? So now let's get back to our question. So I have two panels here. Now this is panel 1, right? छोटा सा मैं लिख देता हूँ यहाँ 1, 2 and 3. And the question is, I have a 6 inches thick slab, number 4 at the rate of 6 inch in panel 1 and 2, both the directions. I'm recording this lecture for YouTube, so you don't have to take a picture. How's that? Huh? Yeah. So it's going to be recorded and you can go there and look at it. So number 4 at 6 in panel 1 and panel 2, both directions. This is negative. नेगेटिव का मतलब क्या हुआ? टॉप बार होगी, राइट? ये दो पैनल्स हैं, बोथ डायरेक्शंस हैं. नाउ द रूल ऑफ डिटेलिंग इज दैट दीज नेगेटिव बार विल बी L by 4. सो यू डिवाइड बाय 14. 4 क्या बनता है ये? 3.5. सो दिस इन दिस पैनल विल बी 3.5 feet long of this span. ठीक है? And 12 का क्या बनेगा? Divided by 4? 3. So this will be 3 feet. So you have 3 feet here and 3.5 feet here. And now ये steel rebars कैसे डलेंगी? ऐसे डलेंगी, right? Should I draw them like this? What should I do? I would say ये यहां से लेके यहां तक है and I put a dot here. Is this an easy way of doing it? And I can write the designation, it is number 4 at 6 inches. Done. But I have 1 support, 2 support, 3 support. I have all the supports. Now 18. ये कितना लंबा होना चाहिए? And I can actually give you something like this as well if I don't. Following the curtailment rules. Okay, the curtailment rules are the negative. The only applicable curtailment rule here for the slab is L by 4. You do not take this entire steel all the way. Okay. If you want to know why, I can tell you why, but nobody's curious, so अब नहीं बताऊंगा. So 18 feet, what is 18 divided by 3? 18 divided by 4, sorry. 4.5. So this rebar negative will be 4.5 feet. And this is going to be from here till here or here. Why not all the way here? It's the same in both the panels. The span is the same and the curtailment rule is the same. So मैं पागल हूं, मैं यहां पे अलग बनाऊं, नीचे अलग बनाऊं? मैं हूं नहीं? Thank you so much. So this support is done. This support is done. Now bring out your papers and pencils and give me what I should be doing here and what should I be doing here and I be doing here. Banaye. Jaldi, please, 5 minutes. So nobody got it right, huh? Number 4 at 6. It's the same thing. Now this is the direction and the जिस span of the rebar is the span which is parallel in the direction. जो इसकी direction में है, so I have this 14, right? What is 14 divided by 4? 3.5. So you put this here. Simple as that. 3.5. इसमें क्या मुश्किल था? बस अब मैंने इसको बताना ये है कि this is from all the way here till here. And this is number 4 at 6 inches. This is for the contractor to know, ना कैसे उसको पता लगेगा steel क्या है? Again, so this is done. Now this one we'll come to it later. This is probably the same, but the span is now 12. 12 divided by 4, 3. So I'll protrude it inside by 3 feet, and it comes from here. What a bad, terrible line here. It comes from here all the way here. ठीक हो गया? Now, here's the tricky part. I have the question telling me कि number 4 इधर डालना है, but number 5 इधर डालना है. This is not possible. You can't cut lengths like this and put it in one span and the other. Now the rule follow here is, what you will do is, जो rebar बड़ी है वही इस span में भी आएगी. मैं बोलूंगा तो समझ में आएगी, हौसला करें. क्या करें? मैं आ रहा हूं उसी तरह, तो अभी तक मैं हूं ही यहीं पे, तो मैं आगे कहां जाऊं? आई एम हेयर. मैं आगे चलूंगा तो क्वेश्चन के साथ साथ चलूं ना, मैं पहले स्टेप पे हूं. आई एम हेयर. आई हैवंट मूव्ड एनी फर्दर फ्रॉम दिस. पेपर्स एंड पेंसिल. सो द नेक्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन इज दैट एक जो नेगेटिव बार है पैनल बी में, वो है नंबर 5 at 3. If you ask me, I don't go panel wise. I always like to go negative first and positive later. ठीक है? मुझे नेगेटिव बार्स लगाना पहले पसंद है, पॉजिटिव मैं बाद में लगाता हूँ. सो आई वुड प्रॉब्ली फॉर यू गाइज आई वुड गो, अच्छा यार पैनल 1 और 2 में नेगेटिव जो है नंबर 4 at 6 है, और पैनल 3 में जो है वो नंबर 5 at 3 है. ज्यादा स्टील कौन सा है? डाया भी ज्यादा है, स्पेसिंग भी ज्यादा है, बट कम है. सॉरी, कम है. तो क्वांटिटी ज्यादा किसकी हुई? क्वांटिटी ज्यादा किसकी है? सो इन द कॉन्फ्लिक्टिंग स्पैन्स, इन दीज कॉन्फ्लिक्टिंग स्पैन्स, जो स्टील की क्वांटिटी ज्यादा है, यानी जिसकी स्पेसिंग कम है, दैट विल बी द डोमिनेंट वन. सो इसका L/4 क्या बनता है? 18 divided by 4, what? 4.5. So you come 4.5 here, and this is 20 divided by 4, 5 feet. So I would write down 4.5 feet here, 5 feet here, and this is coming all the way from here till here. ठीक है? और इस स्पैन में भी मैंने इसको मार्क करना है. Got it? Again, you do this. Can you guys do this? Please do this with me. Excuse me? क्या है? 4.5 पे नहीं है, ये जो है ये 5 नंबर, ये जो बार रीबार है नंबर 5 at 3 inches है. ओके? ये ज्यादा वाली क्वांटिटी जो है वो प्रीडोमिनेंट होगी. अगर आपके स्पैन आमने सामने आ गए, और हर ड्राइंग में आएंगे, याद रखना, हर ड्राइंग में ये आपको चूज करना पड़ेगा कि इस स्पैन में कौन सा स्टील डोमिनेंट होगा. ओके? अगेन, सो नाउ दिस रीबार नेगेटिव इज इन द पैनल 3. आई गो बैक टू द क्वेश्चन अगेन. स्पैन की आप बात, लेंथ की बात कर रही हैं, तो 18, इसका स्पैन इसके साथ ही है ना. सो आई डिड व्हाट, 18 डिवाइडेड बाय 4. 4 is constant, L by 4, which means 25%. In other words, you have to enter the span 25%. L by 4 is 25%. Okay? ठीक है? Make sense? We'll do another slab. So it's fixed for you. Again, negative steel. Next, please do this. अल्लाह का वास्ता ये खुद कर लें. 6 point. मलिया, समझ आ रहा है? क्या? पैनल 3 कौन सा है? ये. इसमें नेगेटिव क्या है? नंबर 3 एट. ओ. सॉरी, इसमें एक ट्रिकी पार्ट आ गया हुआ है. Number 5 at 3 in long span and number 5 at 9 in short span. Where is the short span? Where is the short span? Where is the short span? How much is this? G. So we are right. This is 20 is the short span. So short span में हमारे पास स्टील है नंबर 5 एट 9. सो आई एम सॉरी, ये गलत हो गया. ये बेसिकली यहां पे ये वाला जो स्टील है नंबर 5 एट, अगेन दिस इज अ बिगर बार, बिगर स्पेसिंग, बट देन दैट इज नंबर 4, स्मॉलर बार, smaller spacing. Which one do you choose? 5 वाला. उसका डाया ज्यादा है. Think, stick with the bigger number of bar. Let's forget the spacing, okay? That will become. So now what I want you to guys to do is take out a piece of paper and pencil, and you tell me. Let's do the other way around. So I want you to write down what you see on the board. So let's say this is panel number 5. What do you see on the bottom? Write it down. Right? Don't talk. Write it down. ये पैनल है. इसमें क्या है? Excuse me? कहां से मिल गई? Yeah. Please do this right now. You can look at it later and waste your time. There was this media house and they started doing this, but then that media house became a party house and I left it. Write this down. क्या है ये? Bottom steel क्या है? The bottom steel is number 3 at the rate of 6 inch both ways. No short span, no long span. Short span कहाँ है इसमें? ये है. Long span कहाँ है? But this time you're lucky enough it says both ways. What about the negative steel? Number 4 at 6, both ways, right? So luckily this slab is all both ways. ठीक है? But now can you see the drawing? My achievement is when you get to know and you can read a drawing with your contractor. Why is this bar? Why is this bar, blue dotted, longer than this bar? This bar, ये नजर आ रही है? Can I be any clearer than this? This bar, longer than this bar. Excellent. Because it's L by 4, so the span is greater. So L by 4 भी ज्यादा होगा. Well done. Good job. That is why this is, ये छोटी है, ये छोटी नहीं है. अब, now you get it? It's based on the span that is going to protrude in. Same is here. Again, this is, madam, this is a smaller edge than this. Why? ये वाला जो एज है, ये वाला एज इस तरफ जो है, इस वाले एज से छोटा क्यों है? Madam, Your Highness, why? Why is it smaller than this beam? Malia, why? ये एज इससे छोटा क्यों है?